Pro Late model.
Prevailed and takes home the checkers here at Knoxville Raceway.
Checker flag is out for Spangler as he comes across the line here.
The 217 coming off of 4. It'll be hit.
Coming there on 3 and 4. Salas gets win number 2 of the night.
Randy Shreves from 19th to victory.
The cars 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win. It's going to be Shreves getting the win.
He sees the checkered flag win. Give it to William Watson.
Yo, 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 tune in, don't miss ShaggyTV, hit him with the twist. Gang on deck, let's pick up the pace. Remote in hand, it's a cartoon race. Where are you, ShaggyTV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Flip the channel, hit the screen. Velma's got the clues, keep it clean. Fred in the whip, Daphne looking mean. Shaggy on the snacks, munching every scene. Zoinks, got ghosts in the room. Monsters lurk, smell the cartoon fumes. Fog thicker than my uncle's perfume. Solve it quick, then straight to the tune. Where are you, ShaggyTV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Spooky vibes with the laugh on top. Masked villains, every case non-stop. Trapdoor falls, but the plan don't flop. Cue the laugh track, tick tock, tick tock.
We are live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chapman here with ShaggyTV, ready to bring you a little bit of Thursday night thunder here at the Eldora Speedway. Should have a full group of guys, and we indeed do have 25 drivers in the house right now. I say that because, well, we all know the news that Volusia this evening. No racing going on down there. I guess it rained a lot last night and just not able to get the track to where they would like it, I guess. So everybody gonna come out here and play tonight, we hope. Let's see who's in that final room. Ryland Banks, see his paint scheme loading up here. We were at 24 for a long time, but Mr. Banks just joined the show. That'll put us into a B main here at the Big E, and this camera awful quiet. Gotta do something here. Have to. I didn't realize how quiet the camera. No, do that. We're going to do that. We actually better do it one more time here. That is not... There we go. We sound here a little louder. Last time we were here, that's when it's all coming back to me now. Why I had everything turned down and had to go on my audio board and make myself a little lower, but now I can change everything here. That's when iRacing was giving me that glitchy sound problem. So I had to make that one that was real far out that gathered all the cars and had that motor skip sound and zoom it out. But, hey, there we go. Figured it out. All ready to go. Brian Dickens right now. P13. Now you're saying, oh, P13, that's nothing. He's in that final group to join. So being in P13, joining up on the racetrack this late, that says something. You know, keep an eye out on this guy. And you'll definitely want to keep an eye out on both of these guys. Got Matt Barber leading the way in that 16. He dove to the bottom there. We'll grab him. Putt behind him in that 51. just working on him, trying to throw a move any which way he can. Barber throws it back on him, and this is something, get used to this. These two guys racing. I'm telling you, it won't be the last time we see those two go, and they'll do it clean. As you're seeing them do now, they aren't going to, beat the heck out of each other, but they're going to race hard, and they will put on a show before tonight is all said and done. And you see they're starting off the show great. Barber slides back up, up back underneath, opens back up the can. They're not able to peel the lid back far enough, though. I don't believe is Barber. No, never mind. He would have won that race to the line. Side by side one more time. Clay throws it up the racetrack. Barber back underneath, and it would have been Clay that time. Those two do-si-do back and forth. Let's see what's going on here. They're the only two on the racetrack in this room. Let's see. Anything going on over here? Banks and Mossow doing a little bit of the same. Clock did strike 12, so we imagine here any moment we'll be getting ready to roll. I would think. Maybe waiting on one more guy. Nope, there we go. White flag waves, and we get set to go into qualifying here for your Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds. Let's see who the first car is out on the racetrack. And I see a new guy here. So the new guy will get highlighted a little bit too when he pulls out on the racetrack. But for now, it's going to be $100,000. Joseph Grandy, the first car out on the racetrack. See what the 518 can do here in Rossburg, Ohio, as he rolls the outside. Bring as much steam to the line as you can. He does. Grandy rides that middle cushion there on the entry. See, building up two lines there through 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, you want to go to the bottom. You want to swing for the fence, slide to the outside. That's what Grandy does. Inches close to the wall. Doesn't touch it, though. Purple. That is quick time for the 518 of Joseph Grandy. And now we see well, this was the new guy. Zach, I'm sorry to do that to you, brother. But, we will see something good come out of Zach's race car here tonight. Lovesness, I imagine how we pronounce that. Is you see Billy Roberts in that 099. He comes across P4. Adam Flieger, you're going to hear him later on. We may see him too, P8. But Trevor Giroux in the 075. The Philly Flyer cracks the whip, goes inside the top 5. William Watson up to P8. Sam Bachman, P3. And Clay Christopherson, final time, drives up to P6, the 051. Trying to climb up there, join some teammates, and all 25 guys have put their lap time in. And we'll get ready to go play here at the Eldora Speedway. Oh, we got Dino chiming in on the C2C site. What's going on, Dino? Yep, you were a bad boy. Naughty boy, those penalties. Take a look at the starting grid here for heat race number 1. Got to click on somebody here for this to work now. Unbelievable. Row 5 to the inside, rounding out the field, the 67 of Robbie Shaw. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 096 of Chris Alvey. To the inside, the 35 of Harold Klum. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 2 to the outside, your quick time in the 518, $100,000. Joseph Grandy. To the inside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. Row 1 for heat race number 1, top 4 to the A main. Remember, one guy will go home tonight, so you don't want to be that one guy. You may as well just get yourself into that top 4. The outside, the 099 of Billy Robertson starting on the pole. Mr. Excitement in the 1-6, Matt Barber. Was able to do it for the Biff at Bristol my last time out. I was not here last week, so shame on me for not knowing how it went. I could have done a little bit of homework. Did I do said homework? I indeed not do said homework, but we are about set to go racing. Heat race number 1 of your Hawks Garage 358 mods. You look to the sky, the green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. 3 wide right away. The Philly Flyer on the bottom, got the horses rolling. Third to first, Trevor Giroux out front early. Slides up the racetrack, grabs it at the line. It's officially Trevor's here. We're 3, almost 4 wide. If Grandy has something to say about it, Barber gets run up the hill. Grandy gets a 2 for 1, 100 grand. Racing just like it on the bottom here. Not able to inch up side by side. Roberts to third. Mr. Excitement back to P4. There's a side by side behind him. Pomerleau and Barker. Barker on the inside, Pomerleau on the top shelf. Oh, as you can see, a little 3 wide brewing in front. This is for P2. Grandy on the outside. Oh, Barber and him make contact. Barber goes around. No caution flag here in the heat races. Barker takes advantage. Up to P2. The 513 stuck on the bottom, though, not able to get to the outside. Will that haunt him here? You're going to want to get to the top to get that run, as you see Billy Roberts so quick off the outside of 2. And meanwhile, the Philly Flyer out front, 3 laps to go. He continues to lead the show. Randy run on the outside. He inches ahead of Barker. Barker not going away. On the bottom, continues the fight. Grandy sends it in, slides up across Roberts. Roberts cuts back underneath. All this with a lap and a half to go. Half a mile left to play. This time by as the white flag waves. Trevor Giroux out front, but the battle on for second. Grandy feeding Roberts a little right rear there. Billy had to get on the binders. He may lose one more as the drivers roll through 3 and 4. Trevor Giroux takes the checkered flag. He wins heat race number 1. Grandy, Roberts, and Barker to the A. Pomerleau, Klump, Barber, Shaw, and Alvey to the B. It's the empty grid now until we decide to click on a driver. One day I'm going to remember that, but hopefully by that day SDK already has it fixed so I don't have to remember. Row 4 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the 202 of Zach Lovesness to the inside, the 88 of Soupy, Dan McLaren. Row 3 to the outside, the 028 of Joe Mossow to the inside, the 213 of Michael Vitale. Row 2 to the outside, the 76 of the Hot Shoe, Ryland Banks to the inside, the 122 of Brian Dickens. In row 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the 280 of Jeff Sharp. And starting on the pole, your pro late model broadcaster here this evening. Your broadcaster for Hometown Heroes, the 38 of Adam Flieger. to see if Adam can take advantage of this P1 starting spot we saw in the last one. Didn't really help the 16 of Matt Barber. I mean, 8 laps is a long time, and I mean, this is no shot at anybody, but, you know, if you're not feeling the race car, if you don't have speed, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb here with a quick racetrack as we look to the Ohio sky. The green flag's high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. 3, almost 4 wide right away, but Adam Flinger gets out to a little bit of a gap, but we're back on the bottom. Here comes Brian Dickens. Stars and bars to the lead, the 122 out front. Dan McLaren gets his nose chopped. He's got to get on the binders. He slides up the racetrack. Hang on to it, Dano. Adam Flinger, meanwhile, sees a 3 wide in his mirror. Michael Vitale, he shoves it in the middle. Wait, no, can't. Now 4 wide. Almost 5 wide. The 76 in the outside wall. Ryland Banks falling off the horse here. He is going to have to crack the whip and go. Only 5 more laps here as Brian Dickens crosses the stripe this time. Flieger got her pinned on the outside. He's singing a song. Decent run here out of that 38 machine. Now, how aggressive does Jeff Sharp get? The answer is a little aggressive. He peeks to the inside. What does he do here into 1? Not able to go up there and throw that slide job. Flieger on the horse, climbs the hill. Nowhere for the 280 to send it here. He floats up the racetrack. Leaves him room. Flieger got it at the line. Dan McLaren working on getting into P5. Look at him on the bottom 3 wide back there. Here we go. But Jeff Sharp downstairs one more time. Dan McLaren doing the same thing. He sends it up the racetrack, though. Dan not able to get it here. Michael Vitale now on the outside of Jeff Sharp. He's taking advantage of that aggressiveness. Move him up to P3 for the time being. Sharp on the binders. He's got to hold her down, but the white flag waves for the stars and bars. Brian Dickens out front, baby. Final time. Into 3. Off of 4. Checkered flag waves. Give it to Brian Dickens. Flieger, Vitale, and Sharp in the A main. Banks, McLaren, Mossau, and Lovesness to the B. We get ready to take a look here. Starting grid, heat race number 3. Beer Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds. Final heat race for the 358 Modifieds. Row 4 to the outside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. To the inside, the 93 of Butters, Jason Butterfield. Row 3 to the outside, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker. To the inside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 2 to the outside, the 007 of the Samaconda, Sam Bachman. To the inside, the 051 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson. We can make, we'll actually pronounce it. That's what we're gonna do. 051 Christopherson. There we go. I got a little ring to it. Pro 1 for your third and final heat race. To the outside, the 23. My former teammate, Bart William Watson. And starting on the pole, the cape wearing 218 of Superman, Kurt Schatzer. Good heat race here. Definitely one that, man, if you're on the outside of the top 4 looking in, I don't know who you think you're going to wedge out of there to get in, but good luck to you. Gonna have to work for this one. As the Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off, you take a look to the Ohio sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 3 is underway. Kurt Schatzer on the bottom. able to slide up for the moment in front of William Watson, but Clay Christopherson says thanks. Sammy on the outside. Middle now 3 wide. Here we go. 007. Fourth to first. Can he do it? Not yet. Putt-putt holds on. What a move there out of Sam Bachman. Fourth to second is a third to first for the teammates who shared row 2. They knew what to do. Big Sens got aggressive, and they continue to battle side by side. And here comes their teammate, the 23. William Watson wants a piece. William follows Clay in, going down the backstretch, but then diamonds to the middle here. What kind of run can he get? Not enough to take the peak, but he's getting clean air. Is it breathing a little life here into William? Sam on the bottom going as low as he can go. Gotta go where they're not, giving his teammates plenty of room. But it may be time to lick the wounds there, Sammy boy, and get to the outside, because here comes Superman, cape flapping on the outside. He heard the call, and that's exactly what he does. William, though, he goes to the bottom. He says, bring it on. Side by side here for second. Sam now in the outside wall. Not what you want to see out of Bachman, but that's exactly what the 218 wants to see. Kurt Schatzer trying to get that run on the outside. Takes P3 back from William Watson, who sends it in deep, looking for a 2-for-1 discount here through 1 and 2. Not going to get any. You got to put both back here as the white flag set the wave this time. There was contact down the backstretch, but Clay Christopherson out front, and barring a miracle here at Eldora, is going to bring home a win here in heat race number 3. Final time into 3. Rolls the outside, doesn't even need to protect. Sees the checkered flag wave. He wins heat race number 3. Followed by Bachman, Schatzer, Watson to the A, to Good, Stryker, Vecchio, and Butters to the B. See, I clicked the grid button and I wondered to myself, why is nothing coming up? It's because I haven't clicked on people in the race yet. I don't know why it is doing that. God, it's so annoying. Got 13 drivers here taking 12. Chris Alvey rounds out the field in the 096. Row 6 to the outside, the 93 of Butters. Jason Butterfield to the inside, the 202 of Zach Lovesness. Row 5 to the outside, the 67 of Robbie Shaw. To the inside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 028 of Joe Mossow. To the inside, the 16 of Mr. Excitement, Matt Barber. Row 3 to the outside, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker. To the inside, the 88 of Soupy, Dan McLaren. Row 2. The outside, the 35 of Harold Klump. To the inside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. In row 1, for tonight's Hawks Garage 358 Modified, B Main. To the outside, the 76 of the Hot Shoe, Ryland Banks. And starting on the pole, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. Here we go. One guy gonna go home here. So you just gotta. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew if you're racing up here in the middle. You're in the show. You don't need to get spun out. You don't need to spin anybody out. Possibly get yourself caught up in something, because man, that's literally your worst nightmare here. As the Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off, we take a look to that Ohio sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Your B-main is underway. 10 laps to play. Oh, the 76 jumps up over the right rear. Exactly what you don't want to have happen. You were P2. Now you're back here towards the back on the outside. 4 wide here off of 4. Oh, Zach paying the ultimate price there. Car bounces to the inside. Can't tell if anything's broken. He's able to continue, but he's going to need some help now. Is your top 12 completely gone? They are way out front. 3 wide here, though. They continue to race hard. Boy, oh boy, Bob DeGood on the outside, the Missile on the bottom, and the Moose stuck in the middle. Mossau, he got in line on the outside. Now he makes it 4 wide. Barber gets a tap to the left rear. DeGood got to get on the binder. Smart move by Bob there. Live to race another day. Robbie Shaw hanging on to that 12th and final transfer spot. He's got a 6-second gap in between him and Loveness. Just needs to keep the wheels straight here as leader rolls off of 4, coming to 5 to go. Two, almost 3 wide continues. Ryan Banks throws a slide job there on DeGood. DeGood cuts back underneath. They enter side by side. Bob leaves him plenty of room here. Banks trying to get it clapping, coming off of 4. Such a long way around. Then he gets in the outside wall here. Oh boy, oh boy. Lots of excitement here still for the 76. Loveness had enough, called it quits in the 202. You see he's down pit road. These are your top 12. Welcome to the A main. You just got to ride it safe. Be smart here. Don't do anything crazy. See what ends up happening here these final couple laps. Let's see if we do have any battling. I mean, looking around, you can see it's a lot of single file. I mean, the Moose going to the bottom, but not really able to pull even. And this is the smart move. Why make anybody mad? And I said the Moose. That's the Missile down there. Mike Stryker working the bottom. It's the final time off of 4 for Alex Pomerleau. Sees the checkered flag wave. Pomerleau, McLaren, Barber, Klump, Stryker, Mossau, Banks, DeGood, Butterfield, Vecchio, Alvey, and Shaw. To the A, stick around here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season. Thank you.
Just about 30 seconds to go here before we take a look at our starting lineup. We're 24 of the best. Coast to Coast has to offer. Get set to go play here at the Eldora Speedway for your Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds. Let me know who you got, and let's see who's going to be holding the checkered flag here when we wrap up 35 laps at the Big E. Route 12, rounding out the field to the outside, the 67 of Robbie Shaw to the inside, the 096 of Chris Albee. Row 11 to the outside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio to the inside, the 93 of Butters, Jason Butterfield. Row 10 to the outside, the 7 of Bob DeGood to the inside, the 76 of the Hot Shoe, Ryland Banks. Row 9 to the outside, the 028 of Joe Mossow to the inside, the 015 of Mike Stryker. Row 8 to the outside, the 35 of Harold Klump to the inside, the 16 of Matt Barber. Row 7 to the outside, the 88 of Dan McLaren to the inside, the 397 of the Canadian, Alex Pomerleau. Row 6 to the outside, the 23 of William Watson to the inside, the 280 of Jeff Sharp. Row 5 to the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker to the inside, the 218 of Superman, Kurt Schatzer. Row 4 to the outside, the 213 of Michael Vitale to the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. Row 3 to the outside, the 007 of the Samaconda Sam Bachman to the inside, the 38 of Adam Flieger. Row 2 to the outside, the 518 of 100 Grand, Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 051 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson in your front row for your Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds here at the Eldora Speedway to the outside. The 122 of Brian Dickinson starting on the pole. The Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. As the drivers roll off of 4, you take a look to that Ohio sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. 30 laps to play. Your A main is underway. The Philly Flyer off to a great start here, and we are racing side by side here in the middle. 4 wide here. Dan McLaren, William Watson in the middle. Here we go. What a show. Dan McLaren bouncing it. Oh my gosh, got me choking here. Lap 1, Dan McLaren bouncing, going around, and it makes them stack up here. I had a feeling something was coming. I mean, I was not watching the leaders for a reason here. 4 wide, lap 1. Everybody feel like they gotta go. Barker just got run out of room there by the 23 and the 88, and they bounce down the racetrack. Dan ends up going around here. And then that was another wreck up there, something totally different. That was Pomerleau who got the most of that, I think. Was that Mike Stryker then? Let's see here. Yeah, so he gets a little bump there from the 747 of Vecchio, and then another big bump ends up finishing him off there. Tough break. All right, drivers double back up here. We get ready to go back and play. Steve King Foundation pace car has its lights off. Let's see here. Watch it from the stands this time as you look to the Ohio sky. The green flag is high. We're going to watch the dirt fly. We're back underway here at the Eldora Speedway. Oh my gosh. 4 wide for P2. Here we go. Bachman comes up. He steals P4 at the line. Looking for one more there. Looking for Grandy. Not able to do it, Grandy, too quick on that outside. But boy, oh boy, the 3 wide continues. Dan McLaren on the bottom. William thinking about making it 4 wide. Oh, Superman, his cape was flapping. Danny stepped on it, I think. They make some contact. Trevor Giroux out front, but for how long? Here we go! Clay Christopherson, slide job on his teammate. We got a battle. Trevor on the bottom, slides up. Here goes putt-putt. Not able to make a move here. Falls in line. Got to try it again one more time, but he better go quick. Here comes Grandy. Grandy barreled down on the outside. Boy, is that thing humming. Pedal to the metal, the 518. Gonna get one. Can't get both. He leaves him a lane. Oh, boy, oh, boy. High, wide, and handsome, that 051. Kept her pinned. And, man, he got up there to P2. Able to hold off Grandy for the time being. 3, 4 wide continues back here in the pack. Banks in the middle. Barber on the bottom. Sharp on the outside. Banks falls in line. Clump on the outside of Butters as you see these guys battle 2 by 2. We take a peek back here up at the lead. Top 5, really top 6 all in line. Bachman a little ways back, though, kind of running in his own single-car line. Meanwhile, Adam Flieger doing a good job here, keeping pace, hanging out P7, only down 2 spots, and he's got this thing hooked up right now. We take a look off the deck lid. William Watson, though, says, let's watch the race here. He throws it to the inside, can't get it done. Now Superman takes a peek on the outside as the yellow flag. Gonna wait. Oh. What happened here that Dan ended up getting involved that heavy and hard? Let's see here. Let's go to a camera that's not going to move. Oh. Boy, oh boy. So there was a car stopped. So it was Sharp and Dan McLaren. Let's go up top. Did he grab the wall? You know, sometimes they have that kind of glitchy wall spot. So no, he slapped the wall pretty hard, and then just Jeff, nowhere to really go. He gets into him there, and then, ugh, those guys pile in. I mean, they were 3 wide, nowhere to go. Thought maybe there was contact again after, but no, definitely not. Maybe trying to re-straighten that thing out here. But either way. Lights go back on, so not going to go green this time by, not just yet. Never mind, lights clicked off. We are back underway. Holy Hannah! You guys saw that. The lights were on, I'm telling you. But we are back underway. Battle here for third. Billy Roberts takes the final podium spot. Grandy trying to swing back underneath. Three, almost four wide behind. Look at it all behind Adam Flieger. He's getting sucked up into the vacuum there. Big shot from the 213. Little bump drafting for Mr. Flieger. Now he's got Superman on the inside. Oh boy, hang on at him. He gets a shot. Gets into the 513. Superman gets into the back of Barker. Oh, we got a stack up. Clean up aisle 2. No caution flag. What are we doing? What are we doing? No caution flag. Holy heck, we continue. The battle for the lead underway. How did we not get a caution flag? Oh, boys, I need an admin button. I need to be able to throw a caution flag there. We do get now a caution flag. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. That wasn't even thrown by Jeff, so that was an iRacing flag. Not sure how that came out. Let's see if it ends up going to Kurt here, trying to come down pit road. This is the only thing I can think of. It's crazy. That brings out a caution. It does. Yeah, you can see it when he slowed down sideways. But oh boy. But the actual wreck doesn't bring out a caution flag. Pretty crazy. Let's go back and see if we can, look at an overview of what kind of kicked that off. So Flieger there, he gets a shot, and well, you can see, then kind of upsets Barker's entry a little bit. So he's backing it off, doesn't want to float up, and at the same time, Kurt, he wants to drive it in deep and slide those guys. So he gets into the back of Jeff, and it's just, two guys, different paths, of how to move up and meet in the middle. And boy, oh boy, we get a parking lot that should have resulted in a caution. And then we did eventually get a caution. I'm going to take one more bite of this delicious garlic bread that my wife made. I cannot stop eating it. Should have 14 laps to go here. As you see, that green flag is high. It'll be single file the rest of the way, as we've already had 3 cautions. Billy Flyer drops the hammer. We are back underway. See what's going on behind as the sea of drivers flies on through. So far, everybody gets through clean. Clay Christopherson trying to rally the troops here, but he slaps the front stretch wall. Grandy back up into that final podium spot. He knows, he can't keep wasting time. That 99 behind him is quick. He has got to go as soon as he sees an opening. Grandy on the outside trying to barrel down Butters on the slip and slide a little bit off the 2. Cars have kind of gone to single file here. That single file restart really, kind of gaps everybody and takes a while to kind of gather back to that guy in front of you if you had a bad restart. And we saw that with the front 2. Kind of pull away from Grandy a little bit, but Grandy right back to reeling him in. It's close now. As I mentioned, that problem is that 99 behind him. If Grandy goes down there shopping too long, the 99 can steal P3. But we've got our 4th caution flag of the night here. Michael Vecchio looks to be involved in this one, and I think Jeff Sharp as well. So that's going to be a totally unrelated thing there. But so that did not bring the caution out. It's a whole lap later here. Oh, Jeff just tries to go on the outside. Door gets closed. And Caution flag gonna wave. Gives those guys up front a little bit more time here. Maybe the front two. I can... You know, there are a lot of people that will say, oh, you know, their teammates, they count down the start. I can tell you, I hang out with those guys a lot, and I actually give them a hard time for not counting down restarts for each other. So they say it just, you know, causes complications and stuff. So it's not like they're going to have an advantage here. In fact, you know, they're going to war with each other. So let's see. Should have 9 laps to go when we get the green flag. Lights are off on the pace car, so we'll be going green this time by. As the Philly Flyer tries to hold off his teammate here for the final 9 trips around the Big E here as we look to the sky. The green flag is high. We're going to watch the dirt fly one more time. 9 laps left to play. William Watson trying to make it 3 wide. You see him dive underneath Dickens and his teammate on the outside, Sam Bachman. Sam clear the 122. William fishing on the bottom, continues to throw the net. See what he can catch down there. There's not enough here at the time being. Tries to send it up. Here we go. William Watson gets it done up to P6. Christopherson not able to keep pace with his teammate in the 075. The Philly Flyer trying to enter a new dimension here in Ohio. Pulling away from the rest of the field. He'd really like to hear me say the 518 throwing a slide job. Then he'd know those guys battling it out here. He'd have it locked up. But as soon as I start to talk a little smack on putt-putt, he hears me. He inches this race car a little closer, and he's gnawing at that gap one more time. 4 more laps to go, 2 miles to play here in Rossburg, Ohio. Trevor pounding down the outside. Clay Christopherson, P2. Grandy hanging on to that 3rd and final podium spot. You see Billy Roberts up close and personal. Can he try to make the move this time? No, he stays in line. Clay gets in the outside wall and loses a little bit of momentum, but it's not enough for the 518 to get any closer. 1 mile left to play here at the Eldora Speedway. Clay not close enough to Trevor, and Grandy not close enough to Clay, but Billy plenty close enough as he takes a peek on the inside. White flag waves, 1 lap to go. Trevor Giroux just got to be smooth here. Clay Christopherson gets in the outside wall. Trevor hearing from his spotter. He's got this. Just be smooth. Final time. Off of 4. Checkered flag waves. Give it to the Philly Flyer, baby. He gets it done at the Big E. Putt-putt P2 and $100,000. Rounds out the podium here for your Hawks Garage 358 mods. What a show. Boy, oh boy, the big blocks. Gonna have to, the driver's gonna have to show up because, man, I'm telling you, this was a hell of a job by these guys, and the Philly Flyer gets it done. He may be so excited he may have forgot where he was supposed to park it for pick. Oh, no. See, I don't win enough. He's going down pit road. Look at that. And he's going to park her right there on the stand. Now, we're out of fireworks. Hopefully it don't catch on fire. We've been running the pyro for a little bit of time here, but Boy, oh boy, the Philly Flyer gets it done. Let's see if we can pull up your full race results here. Well, we can. Let's see if I do it. Should be the correct phrase. Billy Roberts and Sam Bachman round out the top 5. William Watson, Brian Dickens, Jason Butterfield, Alex Pomerleau, Matt Barber, your top 10. Vitale, Massau, Barker, Klump, Alvey, DeGood, Shaw, Flieger, Banks, and Sharp. Your top 20 and the rest of your field. Vecchio, Stryker, Schatzer, and McLaren. We'll see here. We'll see if we can get a word here with the driver of the 518. And we find the correct button. And Joe's always waiting on me. Of course he is. Let's go ahead and pull him up. Well, Grandy, P3, man, when you're surrounded by a bunch of teammates at the end of the day, you can't be too upset with that. How are we feeling about that run?
That was all right. Track was pretty rough, and they couldn't do a whole lot. I tried searching around a little bit, and there was nothing really there that was going to make me be able to pull a move, and it was right around the top, so I didn't want to get too close to the guy in front of me either in case I hit the wall. So, but it was still fun all in all.
Yeah, and I mean, you said it without saying it. I mean, we saw a couple other people, get a little impatient when they were on the high side, try to duck down, make that pass on the bottom, and I'd see them get freight trained. Did that go into, how you had to race that final restart? You basically, I mean, I would think, if I was in that driver's seat, you're basically the only way we're going to get P2, right, is if Clay kind of steps on it, gets in the wall, and you can capitalize.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on Billy. If I got a little bit of space between them, I'll move my line around a little bit. And if he was right on me, I'd try to say what everybody else was doing because, yeah, to pass somebody, you would have to do something pretty bold.
Well, hey, at the end of the day, racking up the podiums, that's a hell of a job for the points. So congratulations here, Joe, on the P3. Who we want to thank?
I'd like to thank Aiden over at Raise the Bar, all the guys over at RMDB, Catalytic Recovery, Hinkle Homes, Mad Rabbit, Highline Cinematography, Reckless Raps, ShaggyTV, my girlfriend Olivia, all the guys at Coast to Coast, and appreciate it, man, for doing broadcasts.
Well, hey, hell of a job, man. Hopefully we get to talk to you again here after the big block.
All right, man.
Randy bringing home P3. Now we get to talk to the bride here, the man who brought home P2. Putt. At the end of the day, man, it just seemed like, whenever you were kind of building up enough steam or you were going to war with him, a caution flag would fly. And then, man, at the end, it became so top dependent and he was making no mistakes. Almost seemed like, you just had to go full commit there for P2. But what did it feel like in the race car?
Yeah, that's about it. It got to the, I don't know, probably 16, 17 laps in. Car felt really good in rhythm. And then towards the end, it was kind of defend because I wanted to try a couple other lanes, but if I couldn't fall back in place, I could lose 3-4 positions in one corner. So I just kind of locked it in up top and just to see if I could catch him or not. And we stayed about the same distance. And I was just defend mode after that for the high top.
Yeah. And, I mean, every now and then, when you start P3, you didn't really have to go shopping down there in the basement. But it seemed like, cars, if they'd get impatient, they'd get down into that middle and then we'd see the train go by on the outside. Is that kind of what you felt in the car tonight there?
If you weren't up there, you were in the back of the line. It was just so much drive off up there. The car would bog down and get too tight in the middle or bottom, and it was really tough to carry that speed throughout the corner. So top was dominant, regardless if you hit the wall or even locked him up to not hit the wall. It was still faster up there.
That being said, if we carried over obviously, it will be maybe similar, not perfect, but if we carried over this racetrack right now into the big block, would we have seen maybe you flirt around with the bottom with the extra power? Or is it still, if we get this again, it's hanging out on the top?
It would have probably went upper middle, I think. Upper middle still could stay consistent with the top. It just wasn't a passing lane, so not many people were running there.
Well, hey, at the end of the day, a 1-2 for the FTM boys. That's something you got to hang your hat on. Hell of a job, Clay. Congratulations. You got anybody you want to thank?
You guys for putting this on. All the guys at FTM and Swan Speed Shop for 358 big block sets.
Hey, good luck in the big blocks, brother. We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you, sir.
Putt bringing home P2, and now we get to talk to the belle of the ball here, the king of the Big E, Trevor Giroux. Oh boy, man. You're probably glad, the caution flag came when it did. But man, I was having some fun watching you guys battle back and forth, and it seemed like you won the war there to the to that last caution flag, and man, it just seemed like you had to be on the outside, and you don't get the view that I get, but Clay's trying to follow you. He's getting in the wall every now and then, and man, you're just so smooth. Nobody was catching this thing. How'd the race car feel, brother?
Oh man, honestly, I didn't really feel all that comfortable. I'm normally pretty good here on the top, and just car felt a little weird. Just couldn't really couldn't enter high right up on the wall like I want to, and just had to kind of slide the right rear into the fluff, especially in 1 and 2. So just tried to stay smooth. I knew Clay was gonna be fast, and yeah, like I said, just tried to be smooth. He was killing me in 3 and 4. I didn't know what to do in 3 and 4, but yeah, like I said, just tried to be smooth and stay out of the slick, and didn't really want to burn out the tires too much. But I mean, you can only do so much when you're on the top like that. And then that caution, man, kind of saved my butt because guys were all wadded up in the back, and then I was pinned down there. I couldn't throw a slider out. There was nothing I could do, and then caution comes out, and I hold the lead, so that was kind of a saving grace. But overall, man, really can't complain. This is probably one of my better tracks, so a lot of expectations going in, get it done in the heat, and that's sets you up for a good feature. So definitely happy to take it home.
Now, I asked Clay, let's say we're in a big block right now, in this track state. He thinks we can maybe run, that middle top, but he thinks it would still be to the outside. You thinking the same thing here when we roll over into the big blocks? Are we going to want to be on the top again, or you think you can take advantage of that extra power and maybe find some tack on the bottom?
I think it's going to be a little closer, like top and bottom. I think they're going to be closer, like even the middle, just because there's like a lot of the times it really you don't have as much time to burn the track in, so. And yeah, with that extra power, I think the bottom will be faster or like equal for longer, but I think eventually it's gonna be just top all the way around. Maybe slider 3 and 4, middle 3 and 4, something like that. But hopefully it's not so locked down like it was tonight, and we see a couple lanes come in. The heat races, man, those were fun. The bottom was there and middle was there, so hopefully we can get that for the feature coming up here.
Yeah, you guys were 2-3 wide. It was a lot of fun to watch, man. And wherever there was grip, you guys were sure as hell using it there in the heat races. But congratulations on a big feature win, man. Hopefully I'm talking to you again after the big blocks. But, brother, you know the deal, man. Before you get out of here, you got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, first and foremost, just all the guys at FTM. Good run for the boys tonight. Good run to Grandy, too. Nice seeing him up on the podium here. And who's the sponsor? Hawks Garage, is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out to Hawks Garage. Thank you for coming on board and keeping this stuff broadcasted for us. We greatly appreciate it. All the sponsors on the car, RSN Trackside, Dean Reynolds with the Super Dirt Car Series, Big Tim Race Wraps, Expert Installation, same kind of sets. Yeah, everyone who keeps this stuff going and behind the scenes at C2C, you Shaggy for doing the broadcast for us, and hopefully we can put on some good runs here in these next two. These will be my last races before I head up to Florida, so see what we can do.
All righty. Well, hey, good luck, brother. I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you, sir.
I won't be rooting for him in the late models, though. You know, I kicked him out. You didn't hear me say this because I'm going to be probably. So, screw him in the late models. But, hey, stick around. We got the big blocks coming up next here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season. Thank you to our sponsors.
You're tuned in, Shaggy TV, where pressure talks and mistakes screen. From flag to flag, no filter clean. Truth in the call, uncut, unseen. If you live for speed, yeah, you already see. Race night hits harder on Shaggy TV.
Oh, no! Maverick Seidel, outside wall! Oh, trying to ruin my camera, DJ! You promised me to be safe. Beating and banging him.
No polish here, no pretty disguise, just rubber, steel, and truth in real time. When the moment hits, the signal's free. World tuned in, it's Shaggy TV.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as well, we bring up the proper sponsorship here for your Village House Coffee. I apologize, Big Block Mods. I knew that didn't look right. I was like, man, I'm pretty sure that spells Hawks Garage, not Village House Coffee, but wouldn't be me if there weren't a couple hiccups along the way, you know what I'm saying? Well, we are back, ready to go. How many drivers do we have in this puppy? 18 set to go play this time as I crack open a nice cold one here. Nice cold blue can of Pepsi. That's really all a man needs, you know, and I don't understand why Pepsi hasn't caught on to my advertisement, you know, and just sending me cases and cases and cases and more cases of soda, because I will drink them. We'll talk about them throughout the whole process of me drinking them. Who's going to be the first guy in the car? A lot of guys hopped in. Holy crap. All right, so yeah, Billy Roberts does have them. They were close. They were close. Let's see what this Gears Unlimited 99 does here. It's a little bit loose there on the entry to one. That's probably He doesn't want this to be his fastest lap, I can tell you that. Maybe he does. May have felt comfortable with it. He goes to the bottom there through 3 and 4. If he didn't like it, he would have ran the outside, and it's purple. So Billy Roberts, what do I know? Top of the show here with a 15.88, 100 grand. P2 lap number 1. Laps almost identical here. The 5:18 looking to improve final time around, and he's not gonna. In fact, he even cracked the throttle. Didn't like it that much. Robbie Shaw comes across P7. William Watson P4. Jeff Barker P5 in the 5:13. Let's see what the Samaconda does. Meanwhile, the Philly Flyer, purple, green. What's it mean for the 075 machine? Trevor Giroux, P3, lap number 1. Does he improve? Lap number 2. He's slower through sector 1. Slides up, grabs the cushion. The Philly Flyer, yellow. That's going to hurt a fella. Not what he wanted there. It's the 007 as well. P10, not what he's going to want. 18 drivers have qualified. How much time is left there? A little over 10 seconds. And, well, we'll get ready to take a look at the starting lineup for your Village House Coffee Heat Race number 1. Not sure if we'll have a 666 or if it'll be a 9 and a 9. Have to see here. But we're going to find out together. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is the best thing you want to see as a broadcaster. 9 cars in a heat race. Let's do it. What a show this is going to be. Inside of row 5, the 096 of Chris Albee. Row 4 to the outside, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. To the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 3 to the outside, the 67 of Robbie Shaw. To the inside, the 73 of Larry Moody. Row 2 to the top shelf, your quick time in that 099, Billy Roberts. To the inside, the 358 modified winner of the 075, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. Row 1 for heat race number 1. To the outside, the 23 of William Watson. And starting on the pole, the 202 of Zach Lovesness. I'm warning you here too. I'm feeling them come on. I'm thinking, we may get hiccups this race. Like not, internet hiccups, anything like that, but actual physical hiccups. I can feel them. Lovesness on the inside. Watson on the top shelf. Who's it going to be? Who is going to come out on top? As we've got 8 laps to go play at the Eldora Speedway. We take a look to the sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. Watson falls back to 3rd here, but gets a big run. Almost gets back to P2. Lovesness on the outside, trying to mount up the horses here. Oh, William Watson, they beat, they bang. Lovesness, he gets roughed up, loses 3 there. William, big winner, gets a big run on the outside. Now thinks about taking a swing at his teammate here, Trevor Giroux. 3 wide for the lead. Roberts on the bottom, trying to use all that grip downstairs. Lots of horsepower. But can he get the tires to bite here? Trevor goes to the bottom, runs the slider line, going to play defense. William, meanwhile, bat out of hell off of 4. Slide job for the lead. William Watson to the point, but for how long? Here comes the Philly Flyer downstairs. Slide job back out front. Trevor leads it at the line. William back downstairs one more time. Williams slides across the nose. The 75 drives back underneath. Gets a little more defensive this time. Runs that middle line through 3 and 4. William goes to the bottom. We're side by side at the line. Williams slides up. Trevor got to get on the binders. Billy Roberts almost runs him over. Here we go, do-si-do. Billy Roberts up to P2 with a mile left to play here at the Big E. Billy swings it up, but boy, oh boy, the gate's shut on the outside. William back to P2. As Trevor Giroux looks to see this white flag wave one more trip around here at the Eldora Speedway. All gloves are off for second. William on the outside, trying to hang on, throws it in the bottom. Trevor on the outside, final time off of 4, give it to the Philly Flyer. Watson, Roberts, Thomason, Loveness, Pomerleau, Alvey, Shaw, and Moody. Get ready to take a look at your Village House Coffee Big Block Modified starting lineup for heat race number 2. Looks a little something like this. Rounding out the field, the 38 of Adam Flieger. Row 4 to the outside, the 93 of Butters. Jason Butterfield to the inside, the 35 of Harold Plump. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 7 of Bob DeGood. To the inside, the 007, Sammy Bachman. Row 2, the outside, the 518 of 100 grand. Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 280 of Jeff Sharp. Row 1 for heat race number 2, to the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast. Jeff Barker, and starting on the pole, the 213 of Michael Vitale. See Mike Weeda tuning in there. We got Ron. Adam tuning in there. He'll be in the booth here later. I don't know if I am going to run those pro lates. I'm going to be honest with you. I am getting very, very hungry. I got to put something in my big old belly here. So we'll see what happens. But should see that Steve King Foundation pace car roll into the picture right about now. There we go. Pull down pit lane. And Michael Vitale will look to the Ohio sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Barker on the outside of a side-by-side here. Battle for the lead. Welcome Jeff Sharp to the party. He makes it 3 wide on the bottom. Who invited the 028? They said they were not ready for this. Here we go. Do-si-do. Barker to the point. Oh, Vitale trying to ride Grandy up the hill. Grandy not having any of it. Keeps the hammer down. Tries to get to the outside here. He's going to do it one more time. Here we go, he says, hammer down. You can hear that thing sing. 4 wide for the lead. Here we go. Oh, no. Boy, oh, boy, trading paint here at the Big E, and Jeff Sharp to the lead on the bottom. We are not done yet. Grandy now on the bottom. Here we go. Let's go to war. Grandy getting the shovel out here, trying to dig his way to P1. Jeff Barker says, my turn. Goes to the bottom, the 513. Trying to take a peek for the lead here in Ohio. He does, 3 to go. Jeff Sharp on the outside, trying to come back for the lead here. As boy, oh boy, racing all over this racetrack. And sadly, we're running out of time. Only a mile left here in Ohio. Vitale with a big run. He's got to crack the throttle. Grandy gets in the outside wall trying to peek high. That allows Bachman to send it in deep. Bottom 3 wide contact between him and Grandy. White flag waves, 1 lap to play. Vitale, boy oh boy, has got the horses galloping on the outside. Final time down the backstretch. Into 3. Off of 4, checkered flag set the wave. Give it to Jeff Barker at the line. Vitale, Sharp, Bachman, Grandy, Klump, DeGood, Butterfield, and Flieger. Holy crap, what a heat race number 2. Stick around for your A-main.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
A little over 30 seconds to go until we get to take a peek at our Village House Coffee Big Block modified starting lineup, where 18 drivers are set to go play here at the Eldora Speedway. Row 9 to the outside, the 38 of Adam Flieger to the inside, the 73 of Larry Moody. Row 8 to the outside, the 93 of Butters. Jason Butterfield to the inside, the 67 of Robbie Shaw. Row 7 to the outside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. To the inside, the 096 of Chris Alvey. Row 6 to the outside, the 35 of Harold Klump. To the inside, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. Row 5 to the outside, the 518 of 100 grand. Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 202 of Zach Lovesness. Row 4 to the outside, the 007 of the Samaconda. Sam Bachman to the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 280 of Jeff Sharp to the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 213 of Michael Vitale to the inside, the 23 of William Watson. In row 1, for your big block modified Village House Coffee A main, to the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, and starting on the pole, the 075 of the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. As we take a look to the Ohio sky, the green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. 30 laps to play. Your A main is underway. 2, almost 3 wide there for second. Barker on the outside, William on the bottom. Here we go. Roberts, he says, yeah, let's make it 3 wide. 4 wide behind. Contact. Loveness doing a good job of getting on the binders, but we got Barker up and over around. Excuse me, not up and over on the wheels, but was on top of another race car. And let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Don't want to start in the zoom camera here. Shaggy, let's change our replay button and let's try this one more time. So you can see he was on the outside. We're getting to it a little late. Yeah, he's up there, and, you know, Billy may think, you know, I'm leaving enough room. Jeff, he's there, and, yep, just gets put into the outside wall. Nowhere to really go behind. Stack up ensues. You can see the 007 Heat gets a big piece of that. Pomerleau gets a piece. Michael Vitale gets the worst piece. He's got Barker on top of him there. And caution flag gonna wait. Trevor Giroux here, though, looking to go back-to-back at the Big E. William Watson going to work on him here. I just realized no Clay Christopherson, so he didn't run this one. Shame on Putt Putt. The lights are off, though. I just now noticed. Took me half a lap to notice. Let's watch it from the crowd again as the Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off. You look to the sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. We're back underway. 27 laps left to play. Here we go. We are beating. We are banging here in the middle of the pack. Couldn't tell who that was that checked up there in the back on the outside. That's Jeff Barker. On the outside, 3 wide, probably not what he wanted to find himself in the middle of. Billy on the bottom. As William Watson trying to set up his teammate here for a battle for the lead. Inches closer, keeps getting closer, but just not close enough. Is William Watson, so we take a peek back to this battle here. Adam Flieger started 18th. Talk about being on the move. Boy, oh boy, the 38 on fire. Little contact there with Grandy. Now up 11 spots. Flieger rolling that middle. Grandy to the outside. Thomason saw catch the wall in that 8 machine. Everything okay for the time being. Gonna get away with that a couple times, but you grab the wall too hard, that could end your show. Oh, William Watson here tapping the wall as well, trying to run down his teammate here. 23 more trips around. 3 wide. Zach Loveness. We saw him, man. This guy has been racing smart here in this one. Kind of got robbed out of that last one in the 358s. He got spun out, none of his fault. And I've seen this guy get on the binders, lift out of the throttle, time in and time out, and man, he is still out here racing, and he's got himself in a decent spot here. As meanwhile, the 99 just drove right on through Harold Klump, and man, Harold is not going to be happy about that. Adam Flieger goes around Bob the Good, Jeff Barker involved. Adam was having a good run here. Let's see what happened to the 38 machine. Looks like he's probably just going to come up and catch this wall. He indeed is going to. You can already tell just the angle it's taken. Just slaps off the wall. Going to go around here. Does Butters get a lick? Nope. He makes it on by Billy Roberts. Going low, and, well, Bob the Good said, I'm there, but now Bob isn't there. Hard shot to the inside wall, and see Barker, he gets in the aftermath of that. Tough break. The lights are still on, so we won't be going green this time. Do at least one more trip around here in Rossburg before we're told to drop the hammer, I guess, as they say. Now, I know, everybody's got their own take on this, but this is the NASCAR in me. I'm going to give you the green flag here, but I'm going to shut up for 2 laps, brother. We are going to run trackside here, following the leaders. You're going to do what they used to do. Crank it up. Let's hear the motors purr. Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off. The green flag waves. We're underway. I mean, we're mixing it up. We're beating, we're banging Bachman in the middle 3 wide. He's trying to get up in front of the 028. Here we go. 18 laps left in the show. Thomason trying to go to work here for the final podium spot. The 8 slide job. Grandy back underneath. Grandy's got it going into 3. Leaves him a lane. Barely. There we go. Shut the door, he says. Caution flag gonna wave for the 3rd time here in Ohio. Thinking it's going to be the 67 if I've gotten a couple notifications. Yeah, okay, so I didn't know where it started. So I am not too sure here what happened to Flieger. You can see the right front, so it will lock towards the wall. I don't know if something happened here with the steering. It's just this contact, but there he corrects to the left, and then you'll see it. It just spikes to the right. 67 there, nowhere to go. Ends up going into the inside. Flieger up and over. He lands on all 4s. Caution flag waves here, and we'll re-rack him and re-stack him here. We'll see. We shouldn't get the 1 to green this time, I don't think. Okay, I lied. We do get the 1 to green. Let's go. Let's go. We're back in action. Teammates running 1-2. Grandy in that familiar P3 spot, but he's got some new company this time. Thomason right behind him, and Butters up 10 spots up to P6. What can Butterfield do? Can he put that 93 inside the top 5? We'll have to see. Plenty of time to do it here. So I have 17 laps to go when we take the green flag. As we look to the sky, we see the dirt fly. We're back underway at the Eldora Speedway. Good jump there by basically your front 4, but right away, battle on for 5th. Butters to the bottom, trying to put that thing inside the top 5. He does at the line. Plays nice, though. Not going to get naughty on the 28. Leaves him plenty of real estate upstairs. And Butters may have to commit here, but they're 3 wide behind. Billy Roberts on the move. We've seen that 99 beat and bang. He's falling back to the back. He's working his way back towards the front. Can Billy get that thing inside the top 5 one more time? He is going to have to be damn near perfect. Meanwhile, battle on for 2nd. Grandy says, welcome, let me in here. There's a little opening. Williams going to go back down. Can't throw the slide job, doesn't want to. Likes the grip off of 4, but it's Grandy at the line. Here we go. Trevor, he can smell the money. 100 grand right behind him. Meanwhile, we got a 3 wide. Bachman feels smart enough to bail out of that. Didn't want to go in on the top shelf. We fall back to 2 by 2 here. Sharp on the outside, holding on to that final spot inside of the top 5. Do we have a car slowing? No, we don't. Roberts in the middle, 3 wide. Butters on the bottom. Bachman upstairs. Bachman trying to get the dust off here. Absolutely has that thing pinned. Butters runs Roberts up the racetrack. Billy had to back out of that. Now he gets a shot there from Pomerleau. Joseph Grandy inching closer here, coming to 9 laps to go. The 5:18. Does he have anything for your leader? We'll have to see. Butters continuing to shell down there on the bottom. Just not finding the pay, though. He is digging. He is working. Bachman slider on Sharp. Sharp back underneath. What does he do here? Him and Bachman side by side. Bachman's going to have the run off of 2. Moves Sam Bachman inside of the top 5. Billy Roberts trying to follow in the tire tracks. Here comes the 99. Billy 2 for 1. Move him up to P6. Giroux just trying not to mess up here. Doesn't want to slip. 6 laps left here in Rossburg, Ohio. 3 miles left to play. Trevor on the outside. Grandy reeling him in through the center of the corner. But boy, oh boy, he's got plenty of fuse coming off the corner. The Philly Flyer gallops away. 5 to play. Grandy maybe looking to use lap traffic here to his advantage. The 67 now goes to the middle, leaves the lane there for your leader. Gets down to the inside, doesn't want to be a factor. Grandy says, dang it, you're no fun. I was trying to use you as a pick. 3 laps to go, this time by. Giroux, Grandy, who you got? My money's gonna be on the Philly Flyer here unless he steps on it. Grandy to the bottom, trying to take a swing. Oh, side by side, 2 to play. Joseph Grandy, he is close, but how close is the question? Giroux looking to protect, runs that short slider. Grandy runs the full slider. Middle off of 4, white flag waves, 1 lap to go. Giroux runs the middle through 1 and 2. Grandy gonna get a big run. Looking to cut underneath, side by side, here we go. Grandy plays nice, didn't give him the fender. And Giroux goes back to back here in Eldora. He wins Ranger filling his house coffee. Big block, modified A, main, Grandy P2. And William Watson rounds out the podium. What a run, what a run, what a run. Man, oh man, Grandy had him sweating, but at the end, let's be honest, something maybe he's not known for too often, but Grandy plays Mr. Nice Guy here, and see Trevor end up on the podium. But let's go back and let's watch this white flag lap one more time, just you know, how in the moment I really was. So I think this is where Trevor, if he goes back, he says, this is where, you know, it wasn't a mistake that cost him, but this was a mistake. He did not need to run the middle in 1 and 2. See Grandy, he's going to get a big run here coming out of the corner. Very big run. He's got that thing angled straight. Meanwhile, you see Trevor, he's floating up the right rear, gets in the slick. Grandy, he's got him. He's to the inside, but right here. Plays nice, you know, maybe almost going to clip the inside wall, but keeps her down low. Doesn't want to get up there and door bang. And man, that was all Trevor needed to bring this one home safe and sound. Back to back at the Eldora Speedway. What a job by Trevor Giroux. Not easy to go back to back here. Well, I mean, at any racetrack, but let alone Eldora. So much stuff can happen. I mean, you're driving around so fast. One little mistake is amplified, but man, somehow he's able to hold on. And we'll see if we can't get a word here with my former teammate in the 23, William Watson. William, at the end of the day, man, a P3 is a great run. I know you wanted a little more, man, but oh boy, this seemed like I mean, there was speed out there, but dude, it was a difficult racetrack. Talk to us about it.
I couldn't find it. I was searching, couldn't find it. Threw the slider a couple times. That wall in 3 and 4, you just kept sliding up to it. And it just, I don't know. I saw Grandy. I don't know how he did it. I don't know if you got it on the stream or not, but he squared the corner off. Like, he went in high, cut the corner in the middle, and then went back high and stayed right on Trevor's damn bumper. It was weird. I was like, how's he going so fast? It don't make no sense.
No, yeah, especially, well, you know, not to take the spotlight off of you, but he especially did that through 1 and 2 on that last lap. I'm going to ask Trevor, but, you know, actually I'll ask you because you got a pretty good view of it. Now, obviously, you know, you want your teammate to win. But you see, now, what were you thinking when you saw Trevor run the middle in 1 and 2? Did you think he gave up the keys? Because I'm going to tell you, brother, I did. I thought that was it when he played defense in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was looking. I didn't really say nothing. I was just gonna let him because you know he's in the middle of it, so I wasn't gonna say nothing. But somehow he stayed in front. I did think he was gonna lose it right there, but especially how fast Grandy was going. But yeah, he stayed up front. I guess he just found a good enough line to stay up there, and it surprised me. Or I don't know if Grandy hit the wall or not, touched the wall because it does slow you down a little bit, straightens you out, but. That was a good race. I didn't have nothing for either one of them.
No, but at the end of the day, man, you know, when you get out of the car feeling like, hey, I didn't have anything for those guys in front of me, you beat everybody else behind you, so that's a hell of a points day, you know. So at the end of the day, 1 and a 3 for the team. I mean, 4 guys out of 6 spots on the podium so far. That's a hell of a job by FTM. Congratulations, William. Who you want to thank, brother?
Teammates at FTM, Swan Speed Shop, Stupid Performance, GridPacks.com, DNIT Dirt Car Series, Vortex Graphics for the wrap, Shaggy TV, Coast to Coast, and everybody for watching.
Well, hey, hell of a job, William. Congratulations on the P3, man. Can't wait to talk to you again, brother.
All right, bud.
William Watson bringing home P3, and now... Boy, oh boy, Grandy, you know, I mean, you know me, dude. I call a spade, and I'm telling you, man, I've seen a new driver out of you, brother, these last 4-5 months. I mean, there's no secret, and I'm that way too, man. You were aggressive, you know. I mean, we'd use the fenders if we needed to, you know, kind of rough a guy up. But man, oh man, I'm gonna make sure you get the credit you deserve because that thing was a rocket ship coming out of 2 and. maybe you would have got the inside wall looking at the replay. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But boy, oh boy, you played nice, man. And I know that's not fun eating a P2 that way, but at the end of the day, man, points racing, that's a hell of a good job. How we feeling?
Felt good. I don't know the last time I ran a big block was, but man, they're fun. They're 10 times better than the 358s. But yeah, it took me longer than I wanted to get where I was. I was hoping he was going into the checker flag. I was hoping he was going to slide up, and I was just going to hammer it through. But I saw he stayed down. I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to squeeze through without making contact, so I just let off, and I'm happy with a second place.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, man, you know, that's got to be the move. You know, you earn respect out the, you know what I mean, with that kind of, with a move like that. But what was it? I mean, William kind of was highlighting your line a little bit, and I was trying to pick it apart a little as well. It's almost like, you know, it's kind of, I've always thought it's dumb to say, you know, turns 1 and 2 when we all know that's really just turn 1. I mean, it's a big turn. But you really were almost treating this racetrack like it had 4 corners. I mean, we were straightening it up in the middle, and then we'd, you know, give it a little bit and then refire it off straight coming off the corner. How were you so quick, man? I mean, you were doing it your own way.
Yes, certain cars I run this track certain ways. I feel like, at least for me, the cars with more power, I take more of a slider line into 1 and 2 here because you can power off the exit pretty good. And I'm worried about hitting the wall, to be honest with you. But that's just how I always attacked 1 and 2 here, and it's worked.
Well, I mean, you damn right it worked. I mean, this thing was quick, up 8 spots tonight. It's starting 10th, bringing home a P2 at Eldora. That's not something many guys can do here. That is a great run. Congratulations, man. Who we want to thank?
Aiden over at Raise the Bar, all the guys over at RMDB, Catalytic Recovery, Hinkle Homes, Mad Rabbit, Highline Cinematography, Reckless Raps, ShaggyTV, my girlfriend Olivia, all the guys at Coast to Coast, and you, man, for putting on the broadcast. You can be racing with us?
I don't know. My wife, dude, it's hilarious. I'll rag on myself. I tried to make a crab Alfredo, okay? Almost ran out of time. It tastes like absolute shit. So we had to throw it away, and I don't know. She made me some pizza, dude. I'm starving. I'm probably gonna go eat, but
man, it's hard to mess up an Alfredo.
Well, you know, you haven't met me in person yet, Joe. You know, I'm good at messing those things up, but I will be back with my Saturday deal, so hopefully you can come race Saturday.
Sounds good, man. Have a good night.
Grandy bringing home P2, and now we're gonna bring up the man of the hour here, back to back, brother. How are we feeling? I mean, that one got close, but hey, first off, let's enjoy this one. How you feeling before we break it down?
Oh man, sweating. It was fun, man. It was a good race. It's just up on the wall at Eldora, man. It's fun. It's tough to do. You're playing with fire up there when it gets thin. It was good, man. The car definitely felt a little better this time around than I did in the 358s. Just made a few mistakes along the way, and it was getting thin, man. I just hope to hang on. Once I saw Grandy, he was in third on that caution, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. I was telling Bart, I was like, you get Grandy in a big block or a Pro Late model at Eldora, he's incredible. So held him off, took home the win, and we'll definitely take it. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Grandy, man. I mean, he could have wiped my ass out coming to the line.
Yes, he could have. Yes, he could have. Because, well, I don't mean to cut you off here, Trevor, but you mentioned mistakes, and I do want to talk to you about that. So, if we could go in the time machine, that final lap, do we run the outside through 1 and 2?
No, I would have done the same thing 10 times out of 10. I was protecting the slider, and I just I didn't honestly come into the white. I didn't realize it was the white until it popped up on my screen. I'm like, holy crap. So I knew he was going to go high and probably get a run, and I knew if I could keep my right rear out of the slick, I'd be fine. He gets a good run, but I also have the ability to run the bottom going into 3, and that's what I did. I mean, I left him some room there. I don't know. I had to go back and watch, but yeah, I think I would do the same thing, especially with how thin it was up there. I mean, I probably would have been the one to Whoops, I would have been the one to cream the wall coming to the checkered. So.
Well, hey, man, it's not a world of coulda, woulda, shoulda. You did the right thing, man. You're holding the checkered flag at the end of this thing, so you did the right thing. Hell of a job, man. Congratulations. Back to back. Still got one more to go get, but before you go get it, brother, you got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just give a huge shout out to Grandy, man. Like I said, he could have taken me out easily, coming to the line there, and he didn't. I respect Joe. He's a great guy. He's fun to race with, man. I said it before. I'll say it again. He's aggressive, but he knows the limit, in my opinion. Right? There's a fine line, and he knows what he needs to do and what he doesn't need to do. So. I think I've been racing with Joe for long enough. I think there's mutual respect between the both of us. I mean, so yeah, shout out to Joe, shout out to Bart, man, and Sam. It was a good run for the FTM boys. All the sponsors, griphack.com, RSN Trackside, Big Tim Race Wraps, Dean Reynolds of the Super Dirt Car Series, ShaggyTV. I missed that one earlier, so shout out you, Shaggy. Expert Installation. Swan Speed Shop, everybody at Coast to Coast for putting this stuff on for us. Yeah, just everybody who makes this stuff possible. Thank you.
Hey, hell of a job, man. Like I say, it's not very often you see somebody go get that 3-peat, brother. Go get that. Good luck, brother.
I've been close a couple times, but if Grandy's there, my chances are slim.
Well, hey, you held him off once. Let's see if you can do it again. Good luck.
Thanks.
The Philly Flyer brings home the win. And with that, that wraps up my portion here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw it to the ads here. I'll bring Adam up, and we'll do the swap, and he'll be bringing you your Flieger Farm TV Pro late models. Stick around here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season. Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.